The Florida Department of Health in Sarasota County issued a health alert on Thursday after recent sampling from local beaches there detected elevated levels of red tide. According to DOH-Sarasota, the elevated levels were found at 8 beaches, majority in the Venice area. This has become a popular spot with beachgoers after the hurricane, as it is one of the closest locations to right here in Southwest Florida with beaches that are open. And speaking of the hurricane, this health alert also comes 3 weeks after the storm flushed away waterways with freshwater flooding and significant runoff into the Gulf of Mexico. That runoff was full of nutrients that potentially could fuel red tide and algae blooms. Sanibel Captiva Conservation Foundation Marine Laboratory Director Dr. Eric Milgrant told Fox 4 a few weeks ago about red tide events after hurricanes Irma and Charley and the potential after Ian.
After Charley, 2005, and the year after Irma, 2018, we had large, long-lasting red tide blooms, which are algae that bloom and have caused respiratory irritation. So, that's not a formula. That sample size is fairly small over a 20-year period, and it's very difficult to predict. When such a large disturbance happens, what's going to happen. But certainly the conditions would be favorable for some kind of bloom development as the water becomes less turbid.
The Department of Health says it will test the water every Monday and will do so again on the 24th. And those same samples did come back clean of bacteria. While there are signs posted at the impacted beaches, the beaches are not closed to the public. That said, red tide can cause some people to have mild or short-lived respiratory symptoms such as eye, nose, throat irritation, similar to that of a common cold or seasonal allergies. And the department also recommends not to swim around dead fish, nor harvest, nor eat shellfish or dead fish. If you have chronic respiratory issues, to consider staying away from the beach. Keep pets away from the water, sea foam, and potentially dead sea life. And people who live near the beach who experience these respiratory symptoms are also suggested to close windows and run the AC, and may consider wearing paper filter masks outdoors, especially if the onshore winds are blowing.